So as it turns out, the student loans that I've been paying $1,500 a month for 2 years have a 17% interest rate.
A new reality for more than 5 million student loan borrowers. Starting today, the Department of Education says borrowers who did not pay on time could damage their credit scores and even have their wages garnished.
I'm never paying back my student loans. I'm taking them to the grave. And I feel like a lot of people have the same mindset.
I'm in £74,000 of fucking debt and they keep adding interest all the time, guys. And I haven't gotten a job in ages with my biomed and AI degree. Like, oh my.
And I am $80,000 in debt. I have $73,000 in student loans and $7,000 in car loans.
Which basically means you can't afford to pay them now, or you won't be able to pay them in the future, and that you've tried.
Your loan repayments go to the student loans company, or SLC, but they're not actually the lender.
A loan rehabilitation program, which is a deferment or a forbearance, you have to be eligible for that.
Miss a federal student loan payment, and after 90 days, that shit gets marked delinquent. AKA, this broke-ass clown isn't paying up.
At that time, President Donald Trump paused federal loan payments and interest accrual. The Biden administration extended those relief measures multiple times.
If you have fallen behind in your student loans and are in default, there are some big changes ahead.
Maybe if you don't have any student loans out right now, you haven't thought about how disastrous this student loan collection by the Trump administration is going to be.
You borrowed $80,000 on your student loans. So why does your balance today say $140,000?
Just checked my student loans because I needed to get the information to someone, and I started with $80,000. I have been paying for 10 years. Last year, I paid $6,000 lump sum because that's really the only way to get it low. That took it down to $76,000 after I've been paying for 9 years.
If you are one of the millions of federal student loan borrowers who are still in default, in just 2 weeks, you're going to be sent to collections.
If you are someone that is concerned or worried about the Department of Education possibly garnishing your wages, if your loan is in default.
No student loan has been referred to collections since March of 2020. That comes to an end. On May 5th, the Department of Education will resume involuntary collections for borrowers with defaulted federal student loans.
When your payment was last made, your state has a statute of limitations and they will sue on debt that's really old.
What happens if you are in default on your student loans?
If you have federal student loans in default, your lender has the right to withhold your tax refund, seize your Social Security benefits, or even garnish your wages.
A new class action lawsuit claims the U.S. Department of Education has been inaccurately reporting student loan balances.
Navient, once one of the country's largest student loan servicers, has reached a $120 million settlement with the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, and this time it's so bad, they're permanently banned from ever servicing federal student loans.
It is game over for both Equifax and Experian. Both have been sued for sham investigations when it comes to credit report errors, and Equifax is actually ordered to pay $50 million to consumers.
Not switching student loan repayment plans and inevitably waiting for student loan default is one of the worst financial moves you can make.
One of the major student loan servicers, Mahila, is now being sued for overcharging people, sending late bills, messing up payment counts, and that affects forgiveness.
Are you being sued by a private debt student loan creditor? Somebody like National Collegiate Student Loan or SLS?
If you have Nelnet, they are actually getting sued, a class action lawsuit for providing their customers with inaccurate, miscalculated monthly payments.
New lawsuit brought by 4 borrowers against the Department of Education to force them to restart the Save Plan and the Save Plan rules.
What happens if you stop paying your student loans? You graduate with $40,000 in student loans. The average interest rate is around 6%. That means you won't just pay back $40,000. Over time, it's closer to $55,000.
I'm in debt. I'm in a lot of debt. I'm sick and tired of being in debt. But I'm also sick and tired of working to get out of debt. I don't want to be in debt.
You know what they don't tell you about student loans, especially private student loans, at least mine, compounded interest daily. And that compounding interest, I was like, oh, that's going to start, when I need to repay it.
Mohila got me messed up.
I feel like I'm not alone in this.
There has to be some legal ramification.
Did you know that there's currently a lawsuit to stop the Department of Education from forcing you out of the Safe Plan forbearance?
Listen up guys, this is crazy. While Mohila, Advantage, and Nelnet are getting sued, this is a golden opportunity for you to remove.
Why have you kept your student loans for a decade? How much do you have left in student loans?
Yeah, like 35.
Okay, and the interest rate is what?
2.5%. With the money that I've put in the S&P 500 versus paying it off is up like 30, 40, 50%.
So let me get this straight. So y'all forced us to switch from the SAVE plan to go pick another plan by June 30th. Just to come back and now say that anybody who still got the SAVE plan student loans might be forgiven?
I have student loans that total just over $1 million.
You're kidding me.
And no, sir.
What were you thinking?
Well, I wasn't thinking clearly.
If you have a ton of student loan debt or any other debts that you can't pay back, just make the government think you don't exist anymore. Wait, what are you saying? This doesn't even make sense.
Last night I had to log into my student loan account to print out the paperwork to have my taxes done today. So I got to get a glimpse of my student loan balance for the first time in, I don't know, presumably a year. I honestly don't remember knowing what I owed still.
They almost got me, y'all. I almost switched over my student loan plan before Debt Collective let me know that the Department of Education is lying.
No one likes student loans, but if you give me a choice between working at a dead-end job for $30K or $40K a year with no room for advancement or elevation.
I borrowed $96,000. I have paid $165,356.46, and I still owe $220,810.73.
Start with, I have currently about $430,000 in student loans.
Good Lord.
Yes, I was in medical school. I had failed 2 sets of boards after 3 years.
I've got some great facts for you if you're facing a Navient or Sallie Mae private loan lawsuit. You can beat this case easily. Just look at the pleadings alone, you can see you don't owe this debt to them. So while you may owe this debt, you don't owe it to Sallie Mae.
I'm getting sued by a debt collector and I am freaking out. What do I do?
Oh, you got served with a summons and you're getting sued by a debt collector and you've got no idea what to do.
You know, when you're sued for debt, you need to file an answer with the court. This is a written response to the lawsuit. Okay, it's not you admitting that you had a debt and you just couldn't pay it, or the creditor wouldn't work with you. This is a response to the lawsuit denying the allegations of the creditor.
Last night I had to log into my student loan account to print out the paperwork to have my taxes done today. So I got to get a glimpse of my student loan balance for the first time in, I don't know, presumably a year. I honestly don't remember knowing what I owed still.
24 years old, $79,623, a payoff amount for something. What is this something?
That is a private student loan.
Private student loan?
Yeah.
We have $80,000 of debt in 19! Is any of that even student loans?
The Education Department announced that student loans that are in default will be referred to collections. Here's what you need to know. Beginning May 5th, the department will begin involuntary collection through the Treasury Department's offset program.
But when you don't pay off your student loans, your loans eventually go into default. So there could be a lot of consequences to going into default, but
can your student loans be taken out in your bankruptcy? The answer is yes, but, and there's a big but, it is definitely not that easy to get them removed.
The money technically comes from the Secretary of State, meaning the UK government. The student loans company just runs the admin, handles the collections, enforcement, chasing repayments, and that's where the legal problem starts.
So I'm in default. Okay. What's going to happen?
So over the next 2 weeks, you're going to actually get an email from the Office of Federal Student Aid, and it's going to direct you to the default resolution group within this particular email.
Your credit score takes a nosedive, and that delinquency sits on your report like a financial STD. After 270 days, aka 9 months, you're in default.
With the final grace period ending in October 2024. This move by the Trump administration signals a shift in the federal government's approach to the student debt crisis and marks the end of temporary relief measures first introduced during the pandemic.
For the first time since the COVID pandemic, the Department of Education, they are now starting to send defaulted student loans to collections. This means you could potentially see your paycheck or federal benefits withheld to cover what you owe each month.
Because of predatory lending and outrageous interest rates, There are a lot of people whose student loan repayments every month are more than the income they're bringing in.
Millions of borrowers are sitting in forbearance while on the SAVE program, which has ended. And many are about to see their payments jump.
The grand total is I have paid $120,000 and I still owe $76,000. I think I might be late to the game learning about this. Student loans are really messed up.
That's according to today's announcement from the Department of Education. The Education Department says a huge percentage of federal student loan borrowers are either not paying on their loans or are in default. And Secretary Linda McMahon says enough is enough.
The Department of Education has been doing this for a long time, where if you go into default, they garnish your wages. This happened to me, and this happened to me in the earlier 2000s during the Great Recession. So even a bad economy is not going to stop them from getting their money.
The Trump administration is making it clear if you have a federal student loan and you are in default with that loan, they are going to send you to collections. But it's not the kind of collections you think.
There's no way your account number and your debt and your name is passing through all those separate entities. I've had cases with this 10 different entities claiming to own the debt.
A lot of bad things happen when your student loans are in collections, and you might think, oh, well, they're just going to garnish my wages. And yeah, they will, but there's a lot more to it than that.
Being in default means you failed to make a payment for 270 days. During COVID, the first Trump administration paused collection of federal student loans, which may have made it seem like these loans magically went away.
Now, the lawsuit says the issue can happen when student loans are transferred from one loan servicer to another, and according to the complaint, some borrowers' loan balances appear higher than they actually are.
Surprise! Turns out your student loan provider probably screwed you over. Again. Here's what that means and how their shady behavior might mean some cash for you.
It is a matter of time until TransUnion is sued for doing the same exact thing. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to pull your reports from all 3 credit bureaus and start disputing. And I want you to dispute the CMI of your profile. Go to CFEB website and add more claims against all 3 credit bureaus immediately.
So what I thought I've been paying off for all this time, I'm actually, I owe more than what I started off with. What the fuck?
Are you worried about drowning? Yes. I mean, we're kind of drowning as it is.
Jana Harwood owes more than $40,000 in student loans from her nursing degree.
I don't think anyone takes out a loan with the intention of not paying it back. It's how easily you can pay it back that's the problem.
And if you haven't heard my rant on why student loan default is literally the worst financial mistake you can make.
And if you have Mohila, they are getting sued as well for inaccurately billing all their clients. This is an FCRA violation, and it means you can delete the student loans off of your credit report.
Now, this lawsuit is brought by 4 borrowers, and they are saying that because the judge dismissed the Save Plan lawsuit about 10 days ago, the Department of Education by law has to allow the Save Plan rules to exist.
Now imagine you stop paying. After 90 days, your loan goes into default. Your credit score can drop more than 100 points. The entire balance becomes due immediately. And if you can't pay it, the government can take up to 15% of your paycheck automatically. Your tax refund can disappear.
I got myself in debt, but I'm trying to get out of debt. But it's taking forever. Please help.
No. They started the day I took out the loans, which in effect was the first day of college my freshman year. So I, in the long haul, took $120,000 of private student loans out. That's how I paid for my undergraduate degree.
Across the country, more than 40 million Americans are paying off their college loans, on average nearly $40,000 per person. But now, one of the nation's largest debt servicers, Mohila, is getting a failing grade after years of complaints.
You may have already seen the headlines telling you that this is great news. Newsflash, it's not. In fact, you may end up worse off than you are right now, because this may end up being a case of be careful what you wish for. You just might get it. Here's what happened.
Student loans off of your credit report. All you need is 2 things. You need to dispute and ask them for the master promissory note and the chain of custody. If they cannot provide it, they have to legally remove the student loan off of your credit report.
If I paid off the student loans instead, I would have made progress of 2.5%.
Don't you think it would be beneficial to your mental health, to your anxiety, to have no debt?
Don't piss me off.
because why did most of us just change our plan like this week? And y'all announce it today that the SAVE plan may be forgiven.
Sat down and calculated my interest rates, and my interest is about $5,800 a month.
Student loans are something that you'll be paying for the rest of your life, right? Yeah. Then what if you passed away? When you die, your debts die with you. But we don't need to actually pass away. We just need to make the government think that we did.
Now, for a point of reference, I graduated in 2011. Okay, so I've been making student loan payments for almost 14 years. I actually did the math. It was about 165 monthly student loan payments that I've made so far.
So the Department of Education has been sending me and a lot of other people alarming emails saying that we must switch to a new repayment plan by July 1st or face the consequences.
Versus going to school for maybe 2 to 4 years to collect some advanced degree that will allow me to make 6 figures, I'm gonna take the debt every time.
I owe a mortgage amount of student loans. Yep, that's how much I owe. And I have paid $165,356 towards this amount. But here's the thing, when I started...
And then was recently dismissed. And so about 80 of that, 80,000 is from undergrad, and then other courses later on to get into medical school, and the remainder is from medical school. Right now I have the debt, but no degree to, that I was planning to use to actually be able to pay that back.
They bring such schlocky pleadings that just look at the pleadings alone, you can see you don't owe this debt to them. So while you may owe this debt, you don't owe it to Sally Mae or whatever conglomeration of an SLM trust. You'll see that the loan is probably 10 years ago. That has gone through a winding path of many owners and titles.
At the very beginning of all of these, there will be the words lender. It'll show the lender. It'll show the location.
The first thing you need to do is read over the summons and the complaint. The summons is going to contain information on who is suing you and for how much, and who the lawyer and the judge are, and what courts the case is filed in.
You have to deny their allegations, otherwise you automatically admit them. Okay, so a lot of people, they want to go in there and say, well, I just want to talk to the judge and say they wouldn't work with me, I fell behind on payments. That's not going to be a response to these lawsuits.
Well, it's on forbearance, so they did give you a thing, and then it's at 7%.
Yeah. So I haven't paid a dollar of my student loans, and that's why I've been trying to kind of situate myself.
That's horrendous! People at 21, 22, 23 getting out of college, like $40,000 in student loans. That's what a lot of people get. That's like the average, right? You don't even have student loans and you have double the amount of debt. That's insane.
Borrowers who have student loans in default will receive communication from federal student aid in the upcoming weeks to know what their options are, according to the Education Department. Involuntary collection means that the government can garnish your wages, intercept tax refunds, or take parts of your Social Security check and other benefits to go towards paying back your student loan. The Education Department is recommending borrowers to visit the Default Resolution Group. In there, they can make monthly payments, apply for an income-driven repayment plan, or see if they can sign up for loan rehabilitation. To sign up for loan rehabilitation, borrowers need to reach out to their loan servicer and ask to be put in this program.
One of the 3 primary ones is, number 1, your credit score is going to go down, so it could affect your ability in the future to get a car, get a house, etc. Number 2, the loan officer could actually take you to court, and they could sue you for your loan plus interest. They could sue you for lawyer fees, etc. And another big one is your wages could potentially be garnished.
In a normal bankruptcy, you get most of your debt wiped out. Credit cards, medical bills, personal loans, things like that. Unfortunately, student loans play by a different set of rules. To get rid of your student loans, you have to prove something called undue hardship.
And this is the most important website that you can take down right now if you have a pen and paper. It's the studentaid.gov. This will have everything you need to know as far as repayment tips.
The Department of Education has announced that student loans in default will now be sent to debt collection. Here's what we know. Federal student loans have not been referred for collection since March 2020.
I think what people that don't have this crushing weight of student loans don't understand is that, yeah, it starts out with a student loan, but when you are working in the social services field, mental health, you go into fields and it's low paying. I know that I've done great work for my patients in my life. I'm proud of that. But again, personally, it's like, well, all that matters is money and you owe this, and so we're going to take it from you.
What do you think that's going to mean for people?
They're going to lose their homes. They're going to lose their jobs. And we're not just talking about a few Americans. We're talking about 14 million Americans that are either in default or delinquent on their student loan payments